Hey, right now it's Tuesday, July 19th, doing a little extra unfiltered. Wanted to report some interesting things. A couple days ago, right? I called Dell because I had an issue with my monitor, right? And man, I was having trouble and I was about to return it. And before I was gonna return it, I messaged them on Facebook. I was like, "Hey, dude, there's something wrong. It's not compatible with my Mac." And the guy's like, "Well, we don't test our monitors with Macs with own. Maybe you can try a Windows operating system, see if it works with a Windows computer." And then I was kind of like, "What's the point of that? Like that sounds really stupid because I need to use it with my Mac." And then a while passed, and he was like, "Well, like you said, it does. We don't test it with Windows, with Mac. You can try it with. You should try factory resetting the monitor or something else. Blah blah blah. Look at the user manual." And at first, I wanted to be like, "You are like the dumbest fuck shit I've ever seen. Fuck you!" Like in my head. Like that's what I wanted to say, because I was like that's stupid, right? Like you're absolutely no help at all. That's what I was thinking. But I was like, what's the point of me saying that? Like he knows it, I know it. Instead of saying that, I was like, thank you for your help. Have a good day. That was it, you know? Because I knew I was gonna return it. I already had another monitor picked out, and before I return like a very expensive heavy monitor via online shipping, which they're basically gonna pay for, I wanted to make sure, yeah. But I was like, I just let it go, I let it go. Like I was like, you're dumb as shit. But instead of telling you that, I'm just gonna say thank you, have a good day. It's like good karma, right? You're not this way. I'm not making them feel miserable by having someone say fuck you to them, even though that's what I wanted to say, but I didn't say it. I let it go. And I was like, whoa, okay, that's interesting. It's kind of like the feeling of being generous, where you're like, it was different, it was weird. Also, another instance was on Facebook, there's this girl who was like, hey, check out my online portfolio, what do you guys think? And then I looked at it, right? And she was talking about like, oh, artistically, what do you think? And I'm just looking at it, taking a look, and I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. But then like, there's some parts where on the phone, it's like she has black font on a black background. I'm like, man, okay, she probably just fucked up here. You obviously can't read the text. She probably optimized it for web, but not for mobile. So I took a couple screenshots, and I'm like, hey, look, check this out. Like I didn't really say anything. I was like, hey, you might want to look at this, and then she was like, well, I agree that while I agree the mobile is important, I will work on that after I finalize the website version. And at first, I wanted to say, listen, you fuckhead. Mobile, I would argue, most people would argue that mobile is more important than desktop nowadays. Like, it's really not that hard to change the color of the font. That's all you need to do. Like, it's not that hard. You just change it from, I'm not like saying like you need to reformat it or anything. Just change the color of the font on your fucking website. But instead, I was like, okay, good luck. And she was like, thanks. That's it. And like, wow, I just let it go. You don't always need to argue. Just was just trying to help. I don't know what sparked this change in me recently. Usually I'll be a lot more aggressive, but like this week it's been just really like good. And I was like, yeah, man. Like I thought about it in my head, but I was like, whatever, let it go. Like my website is good. My website is optimized for mobile. It's pretty good. It's fine, Okay, what else? So another thing is today I was playing Pokemon, right? And there was like this lure, and some kids were playing Pokemon, was like, oh, hey, yo, I recognize you. Yeah, I've seen you around the neighborhood. And I was like, oh, so what level are you at now? And then he's like, I'm level 12. And he was like, what level are you? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I think I'm like level 11 or something like that. And you can tell like he was being like really competitive. And for some reason, I was really okay and happy with being like, oh, like I'm a pretty low level Pokemon trainer. Like I'm like not really good. Like just being like really humble. Like a lot of times, like in contrast, right? In contrast, right? When he was like, oh, you're living in the house. Like who are you living it with? Living in it with. I was like, oh, I live in it with my parents. And I felt like a lot of shame. Like I know he wasn't trying to compete because, of course, that little fucker, the high school kid, lives with his parents too because he's in high school, you know. But it was like, it felt different. Like one where I felt ashamed, and the other one, even though I knew I was low level, I wasn't ashamed. I don't know. I think there's something about that where it's like maybe if someone was living with their parents, like, yo, dude, I live with my parents too. Like, I'm a loser too, you know? There's something vulnerable or transparent. Not that if you live with your parents you're a loser, not necessarily, you know? Being a loser makes you a loser, not living with your parents. Is that wisdom? Yeah, being a loser makes you a loser. Um, yeah, but I thought those were some interesting thoughts. I just wanted to write down, but I was too lazy to write it down, so I would just do video recording instead. Okay.